Mr. McGrath, I go back to the question from my colleague Barley. Can we expect the consumer protection will not only be a priority but be added to your title as Commissioner? The next consumer agenda will be key as consumers are increasingly faced with misleading commercial practices, both in online and physical marketplaces. One example is dynamic pricing that was recently used in the sale of Oasis concert tickets. In the Digital Fairness Act, will you look into regulating dynamic pricing, especially in the field of culture and entertainment? Another worrying trend is a shrinkflation or skinflation, where quantity or quality of goods is reduced but the price is not changed. Will you commit to enforce or revise EU laws to ensure that sellers declare instances of shrinkflation or skinflation like it still happens in some member states? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maran, and I do apologise to Madam Barley for not answering the question about the title. And I hear you. It's not my decision, of course. It's a decision for the President and the College. As you know, the DG that I hopefully will be working with is DG Justice and Consumers, but whether it's added to my title as Commissioner is above my pay grade. But I hear what you've had to say in that regard. Thank you for your question on dynamic pricing. There's been a big debate about this in Ireland as well, in the context of the concert ticket sales for Oasis, and I know the national body there has commenced an investigation. Of course, dynamic pricing is not prohibited in EU law. Traders can freely determine the prices for so long as they adequately inform consumers about the total price. But there may be aspects of dynamic pricing that do constitute an unfair commercial practice, and I think it's in that space where the current examination may well be taking place. I want to look at this in the context of the Digital Fairness Act, and I will work with you and with all colleagues, and I'm open-minded as to what solution we need to put in place, because it is an issue, particularly in the event ticket sector. I think that is quite different, where over the space of 2 or 3 hours the price can multiply 5 or 6-fold. In relation to the other issues, I think when it comes to shrinkflation, which we have all seen, I think, in recent years, the price indication directive is important. That must be fully implemented. It allows consumers to weigh up the different options in their products so they can see the price per unit. I think that's very important, and I think the powers are there to deal with that at national authority level. I have to say I wasn't familiar with skimpflation, but I had to look that one up in my preparation over the last number of weeks. But again, I think there are powers there, but we do stand ready to do more if that is required in the context of the unfair commercial practices directive. It's important there is full transparency for consumers in relation to any changes in the quality or the composition of products. That must be fully open and transparent.